picture it. It's Christmas morning. Everyone's sitting around the tree. Everyone is opening up gifts. No one is thinking, oh, let me go cook breakfast. But everyone wants breakfast. So that's why you're watching this video, so you can make breakfast the day before, and then the morning of Christmas, just take it out, pop it in the oven, and everyone is happy. We have a delicious savory option that I'm gonna be making for our Christmas Eve brunch this year because it's that good. And then we have a couple of other ones. One, I've made a similar version before, but our last one,
Oh man.
make sure you stay tuned for it because it was a real treat. We highly recommend all three, and we hope you have a very Merry Christmas, a very Merry, delicious Christmas morning. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. Breakfast number one, and we are having it for dinner tonight. It is currently lunchtime. I'm gonna make this now and put it in the fridge. It just needs to sit in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. It would be great if you did this on Christmas Eve and then had it first thing the next morning. But this is a savory dish, so I thought it would work well for our dinner tonight. This is pretty traditional, but it has a few extra veggies in with it, so that makes me pretty happy. But this is a very easy make-ahead breakfast casserole. I got a loaf of French bread from my grocery store, and the bread needs to be somewhat crusty. I don't think mine is, so I'm gonna turn on my oven and cut it up and bake it for just a few minutes to kind of dry it out to make it more crusty. Let's see if half of this is enough. It may be. I only need 4 cups of cubed bread. So I'm just going to cut these into little cubes. I think half might be enough. Maybe I might need more. Let's just check. I know this is a liquid measure cup, but it's close. All right, I think this is fine. It's actually perfect. So half of a large loaf of French bread should do the trick. So we're gonna be using this 9x13 dish to bake this in later, but for now, instead of dirtying up anything else, let's just place this in here. I've got my oven preheating to 250. I'm just gonna bake it for about 10 minutes and just check on it and see if it's kind of dried out a little bit. And while we do that, we'll get all the rest of our ingredients together. We need about 3/4 a cup of chopped onion. And you know what? I think I am gonna get my chopper because I have to chop several things and it's just gonna be easier if I grab that. So let me do that. So half of a large onion, or I've got a small-ish onion, should do us good. And I am chopping this, I'm not dicing it. Now we need, let's not use the bread knife, grabbed the wrong one. We need some bell peppers chopped as well. So I have this orange one, I also have a yellow one, so we'll see if we need both of them. Keep grabbing that bread knife. Let me put that away. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the yellow one too. I think that's all we need to chop in here. So I've got all that prepped and ready, onion and bell pepper. Now let's move on. I used the help from the grocery store. We just need about a cup of these mushrooms that have already been pre-washed and sliced, but I am going to chop them up a little bit more. I'm gonna use about half of this package, I think. Honestly, I can just throw that in here with this because all of this is gonna go in at the same time. Now we need some fresh spinach, but I'm gonna be doing a substitution for that. My substitution is going to be a little bit of red and a little bit of green tatsoi. So this is on my indoor garden. I'll tell you a little bit about it later. But we need to grab some of these leaves from here. These act very much like spinach. They will wilt as well. So I'm going to just pull some off. We need about a cup. So I'm gonna do a little bit of red, like I said, and then also some green too. Our bread just came out of the oven. It is a little crusty, so that's perfect. Let's leave that there. And we're gonna chop our tatsoi. Now, tatsoi, spinach, it doesn't matter. Me and stems, not so much. So I'm gonna cut the stems off of these real quick. So now we just need to roughly chop the spinach, or the tatsoi in my case. All right, I think that's good. A good mound of it. That was all the prep work we needed to do. I have a pound of sausage. I'm gonna start this over here on the stove, and then we'll add some veggies along with it. To our sausage, we're gonna add some Italian seasonings. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. This is just one from Sam's Club. I've had it for probably a couple of years. I'm getting low on it. Let's just start cooking all of this, and we'll add the veggies here soon. Now that it's starting to brown a little bit, I'm gonna add in a couple of cloves of minced garlic, as well as all of our veggies. We're gonna cook all of this together until our veggies are soft and our sausage is cooked through. I am working on our eggs while our sausage cooks. We need 12 eggs whisked together. Okay, in with our eggs, we've got 2/3 a cup of milk, about a cup of shredded cheddar cheese, and then we need to add a little salt and pepper too. Kind of combine all of that. I'm gonna go check on our sausage. It should be just about done. Oh, it's done. It smells so good in here. All right, let's turn this off, and we're gonna pour this over top of our crusty bread. now over top of our sausage goes our egg, milk, cheese mixture. We're gonna sprinkle with a little more salt and pepper, and that's all she wrote. That is it for now. We're just gonna cover it with some aluminum foil and it goes in the refrigerator. It can go in for 30 minutes, or you can make it ahead and it'll go overnight. And that way, in the morning, you've got breakfast. I would like to thank Garden for sponsoring this portion of today's video. I've been growing my indoor garden for over a year now and we love it. If you aren't familiar with Garden, they are a groundbreaking, award-winning vertical indoor garden system for growing herbs, vegetables, flowers, all indoors. It uses hydroponic technology and LED lights to create an optimal growth setting for your plants. And the great thing about it is you don't need gardening experience. You don't need a green thumb. You just need Wi-Fi. The reason why you need Wi-Fi is because they have an app that pairs along with your garden. So it gives you all the updates and it tells you everything you need to do. That's why you don't need a green thumb. So if the base is getting low on water, it's gonna tell you that. It's gonna tell you if you need to trim the roots. It gives you those real-time updates on your plant growth and health. Just last night, I went in there and grabbed several different lettuces off of our garden to make a salad for a quick dinner. That's one of our favorite things to do. But we also love growing herbs on it as well, like basil and thyme, parsley. But it's just so convenient to go in there and grab what we need, knowing that it doesn't have pesticides on it. I don't have to come in here and wash it. I don't have to worry about, oh, I got it a few days ago and it's gonna wilt in the refrigerator. No, I just go grab it when I need it. I have the Garden 4.0, but there are different versions and there's now even something called a Garden Studio, so you don't have as many plants. It's a smaller version. It's super high quality and it's basically fail proof. So I highly recommend having a garden if you really love having fresh herbs and lettuces, even fruits indoors. If you're interested in checking out Garden, you can unlock an exclusive offer by clicking in the description box below and you could get your own indoor garden. It's time, friends. It is now 5:30. I just got home, taking this out of the oven to let it sit at room temperature while we preheat our oven. So that's what you want to do. Take it out of the fridge, sit it on the counter, and preheat your oven to 375. I just got back from Hobby Lobby. I went with Tabby. Many of you know who Tabby is. She has a YouTube channel, so if you've never checked that out, I'll leave it linked below. Here's a picture of us from today. But today is her birthday, the day that I'm filming this. And she was kicked out of her house by her husband and her sons so that they could do some surprises for her. So she wanted to go to Hobby Lobby and I had a little bit of time to spare, so we went. I do want to tell you right now though, if you like Hobby Lobby, go check them out because there was a ton of things kind of in the middle of the store with red tags on them. I got some amazing deals, including all of this. All of their fall floral picks were 90% off. And those, I already have most of those, so I just got more of them because fall is my favorite season to decorate for. So I stocked up on those. I got a vase. I got several things. You'll have to let me know if you want to see my little haul. Maybe I'll show you, but anyway, there you go. Okay, our oven is almost ready. We've got this that's gonna go in, told you, at 375 uncovered for 40 to 45 minutes.
What have we here?
I don't know.
We're gonna find out.
We are gonna find out.
It is time for the taste test.
I hope it's good.
Well, breakfast is always good,
Right?
right? Let's see. Yes. Wow. Sausage, cheese, and then this like, it's really got that soft, cheesy, kind of like cheesy, but like egg.
Right.
You know, is that like, what is that?
What is that? I don't know.
I don't know what you call it. Filling, I guess?
Yeah, all the veggies.
Yeah, but this part's just egg, I guess?
It is.
That is tasty.
I'm so glad.
Very savory.
Good. All right, I'm going to dig in. I'm starving. I'll be back. Okay. All the veggies.
Yes.
Perfect combination.
Yes.
This is similar to another breakfast bake that I do, or casserole that I do, but this has the bread in it. The other one does not. It's just like an egg bake, or it has croissants on the bottom. It's just a different, I don't know. I love the bread in this.
Yeah, it's got a great texture to it.
Oh my goodness.
But it's still got that egg. It's like an egg bread texture, you know?
Yeah, it's really soft and
But
fluffy.
it's not doughy at all. It's
No,
like,
man, that's good.
it's really good. And it just soaks up all of those flavors in there.
It's super filling because you've got the bread, you've got the egg, the cheese, all the veggies. It's a meal in and of itself. This would be perfect for Christmas morning. And this may have just replaced what I'm going to make for Christmas brunch.
Very good idea.
Yeah, we host Christmas Eve brunch here at our house. And I always make the same casserole. But I think this year I'm going to make this one because it's got so much more flavor. Like the flavor profile is so much more, it's wider.
Right.
So, highly recommend. Good morning. I am making this make-ahead casserole in the morning. We're going to bake it this evening. I had plans to make it last night and have it this morning for breakfast, but I had vertigo all day yesterday and it just did not feel up to coming in the kitchen. This particular make-ahead casserole is a sweet one. It is French toast casserole. You need to allow it to soak for about 8 hours. So that's why I'm making it this morning, and we'll actually put it in the oven tonight. I'm making about half the recipe, but let's get started. This is very quick and easy. I'm gonna get my butter and sugar started on the stove. I'm gonna throw half a stick of unsalted butter here, along with half a cup of brown sugar. Let's go put that on the stovetop. We're gonna put it on about medium-low, get this going. We're gonna let that come up to temperature, and while we do that, I'm gonna slice up my French bread. This is the other half of a loaf of French bread that I used the other day. We're just gonna cube it like we did for our last casserole. Oh, you know what? I don't need to put it in here yet. Pretend I didn't do that. I wanted to measure this out and make sure that I wasn't cutting up too much bread. I think that's the perfect amount. We do have a little bit left over, so it's not quite half of the loaf, but remember, I'm only making half of the recipe. Now, let's mix together our egg mixture. We need 1 cup of milk, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and we need 3 eggs. Let's just whisk that together after I wash my hands. So this is starting to melt. I'm gonna start stirring it and incorporating it. We just want all of the sugar to completely dissolve. It's almost gonna make like a little, I don't want to say a paste, but it's not going to be super runny. I'm going to add just a little more sugar in here.
It's probably what, a tablespoon?
Maybe, yeah. Okay, this is good and ready. So let's head over to our casserole dish. Let's just pour this on the bottom. Now, the fun thing about this is this topping, yes, a lot of it, or this bottom part is going to soak into the bread. But after we bake it, you can kind of spoon that as a topping on top of your French toast. So I like the way that works. In goes our bread. We're kind of mash it down.
We don't press around here, we mash.
That's a southern word, ain't it?
That's right, we mash it. We don't press potatoes.
And you don't press a button, you mash the button.
You mash that button.
Are you from the South? Do you say mash? If you're from the North, you're like, what in the world are they talking about? Now we're just going to pour our egg mixture over top. And this is gonna soak in this bread all day today. It needs to be for at least 8 hours, or just overnight would be great. Trying to make sure all of our bread is getting that. Need a little bit of plastic wrap. All right, this is going in the refrigerator all day. We are about to head to church. And then tonight, around 6 o'clock, this will go in the oven. I'm back. I'm in my PJs. It's only the evening, but I'm telling you what, today has been one of those days where it's been cold and rainy, and I was just cold all the way down to my bones. So I've got on fuzzy socks, I've got on my PJs, I've been sitting in front of the fire, but it is time to put our casserole in the oven. It has been soaking all day. I'm gonna set it here on the countertop while I go preheat my oven to 350. Okay, let's remove our plastic wrap. You remember how like liquidy it was this morning? Look how much has been soaked up. That's why we leave it all day. Now I'm gonna make a topping for it. We're gonna add some brown sugar and some cinnamon to this little bowl. Stir that up, and we're gonna sprinkle that over top before it goes in the oven. Now I do want to tell you, the original recipe says to preheat your oven to 450 and to bake it for 30 minutes. I was reading comments, and pretty much the consensus is that 450 at 30 minutes pretty much burns the thing, and people didn't like that. So they said 350 for about an hour, which is what we're doing. Okay, I think that's good. So in the oven at 350 for an hour, we are going to watch the top of it. If it starts to get too brown, we can always put some aluminum foil on top. I'm going to set the timer for 50 minutes. And we'll check on it at that point. We've only got about a minute left of the 50-minute timer. Let's take a look. That's what it's looking like. I think we're gonna need that extra 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that 10 minutes to here. Our timer just went off, and that is looking amazing. So let's take this out. We're gonna let it sit for just a few minutes before we cut into it. Add a little protein for the evening. I've got some sausage here on our griddle. This will be done in just a couple of minutes too.
I haven't had French toast in a minute.
So this recipe apparently is similar to like the consistency of like a bread pudding.
Okay.
I don't know. So we shall find out.
Oh man. Wow. French bread pudding.
Okay.
That's what this tastes like.
Okay.
Wow, that is really good. Oh man, the consistency.
Yeah.
Definitely got that bread pudding texture.
Okay.
Like soft and
Eggy, but
eggy.
yeah. Yeah.
Really good. Very delicious. Oh man, that cinnamon and sugar just.
Good.
Man.
What do you think about that blueberry syrup?
It's delicious.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and it goes really well with this.
Yay.
It's got that, that vanilla flavoring and stuff in there, and then the blueberry.
You know what?
Just
Berries
meshes
would
with
probably be good on top of this.
Yeah, it would.
Yep.
It's got like a little crunch on top as well.
Right.
Because it kind of crisp up a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of dried out on top.
Yep.
That is a nice little texture difference
Okay.
there for sure.
Well, I'm
It's
gonna dig in.
It's like sugary. It's got the sweet cinnamon on top. It's like on the crusty top. You're gonna love it.
Well, I've been hearing you describe it. My mouth has been watering, so I'm pretty excited about this. Man.
Yeah. Isn't that good?
Yeah, the crunchy, crispy top. And then it's almost like a bread pudding for sure.
Yeah.
And then on the very bottom, it's got that buttery, sugary, man.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's delicious at that.
So it is time for our third recipe. This recipe calls for bakery level croissants. So I went to the grocery store and they were out of the bakery croissants. You don't want to use like the Pillsbury crescent rolls. No. You need good quality croissants. And then this guy said, why don't we
Use the wild grain croissants.
So here, we're gonna use the wild grain croissants. I love their croissants. But I was so sad to use them and not just eat them by themselves. But, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll still enjoy them. They're gonna be inside of something. But I don't know, it hurt my heart a little bit to use them for this
There's
recipe.
another pack in there, ain't there?
Yeah, we've got an extra pack, so it's okay.
We got a backup pack.
We do have a backup pack. So we're going to be baking these croissants for our next dish that we're doing. But you want good croissants. So wild grain, bakery level croissants. You ready for this one?
Talk to me about this dish. Is it a surprise? Kindly.
No, it's not really a surprise. It does have an ingredient in it that you have claimed in the past that you don't like, but we have recently figured out that you really do like.
Okay.
What do you think that is?
Cream cheese?
Yeah.
Cream cheese.
So, and it's got berries in it. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a really good one.
Well,
We're going to make
I'm
an
sure
icing
it'll
for
be
on
very
top.
good.
Very good. Look at you. King of the dad jokes.
Yep.
So this one is called Sweet Croissant Berry Casserole. Sweet Berry Croissant Casserole? Something like that. You get the idea. It's that time. Our croissants have cooled. I've got an 8x8 dish here. I'm gonna spray it and we're gonna chop these up into about 1-inch cubes. And then they're just gonna go directly into the dish. Gosh, that smells good just by itself. Let's just eat that. Call it done. I've got some mixed berries here. These were frozen. They've just been sitting on this plate for about 25 minutes or so. It's okay if they're still a little frozen. You can use fresh berries if you want to, but we're just gonna take these and put them in here with our bread. So I've got 1 block of softened cream cheese. We're gonna mix that with my hand mixer until it's pretty smooth. Pretty sure a little piece of cream cheese went flying across the room. Not exactly sure where it landed, but you know, we're seasoning the kitchen as we go.
That's right. We're saved for later.
All right.
I'm probably going to slip and fall on the cream cheese.
Don't say that. I've got a cup of milk going in, about a teaspoon of vanilla. I've got a couple of eggs going in. We need about a half a cup of granulated sugar going in, and about a teaspoon of lemon zest. We're just gonna eyeball it. Oh, I about dropped the whole lemon in there. About went in.
That would have been something. It would have definitely made quite the splash.
I'm gonna carefully mix this together. It's not gonna get super smooth. It's gonna look a little cottage cheese-y, which doesn't seem that appetizing, but once everything bakes, it'll be fine. Now I just pour this over it. Now I am not going to allow this to go overnight because we're filming this and we need to get it filmed today. So at least 30, you want at least 30 minutes, but that's okay. We'll do, I don't know, an hour or so and let all of that kind of soak into the croissants. I am going to cover it with some aluminum foil. And when we bake this, we'll bake it with the aluminum foil on for most of the time. And then at the end, we'll take it off. But this is going to go in the fridge up to overnight, but at least 30 minutes. We've got to set our oven to 350, but it happens to be 350 in the afternoon right now. I just thought that was cool. Anyway, bake 350. While that is preheating, we're going to take this out of the fridge and just let it sit at room temperature. So this is going in the oven at 350, covered for 30 minutes. And after 30 minutes, we'll uncover it and bake it for 15 more. It has been 30 minutes, so let's take our aluminum foil off, pop it back in for 15 more minutes. All right, let's make our vanilla glaze to go on top. We need 2 to 3 tablespoons of heavy cream. We'll start with 2. We can always add more. We got some powdered sugar. We need about a half a cup of that and some vanilla extract. If you have vanilla bean paste, you could use that. We're gonna use about a teaspoon. We're just gonna mix this together until it's pourable. I don't want it too thin, but I definitely wanna be able to pour it, so. Oh, that's good. Okay, that is ready for when it comes out. I think it's done. It looks good. You're just gonna poke holes all in it.
You gotta check it. Come on. I'm excited. The wait is over.
It smells so good.
Man, yeah. Make sure we get plenty of this fruit here, too.
I just ate part of a candy cane, so that was probably not the wisest of decisions. My mouth tastes like peppermint right now.
It's going to be a peppermint surprise.
Oh, it's hot. Be careful. Oh, we got a tink.
Tink. But now we got to blow it off. About to pass out. Oh, man. That is really good. Sweet. That pop of that lemon zest in there as well.
Yeah, you can taste that for sure.
Wow. Oh, I love the texture. It is so good.
It's delicious, y'all. It's almost more like a dessert. I mean, it could definitely, if you put some protein with this, like some sausage and bacon, whatever, you could make it breakfast, but
Bacon with this. Oh, my goodness. That texture is so good. Not flaky like from the croissants. There's no flakiness or nothing like that. It's like, it's more of a pie almost texture, but no crust.
Yeah, I don't want to say soggy because
Not soggy, yeah.
it's not soggy. That's not the right word, but it's super soft. Hey,
It's kind of fluffy.
rude. Look at you taking all of it.
That is delicious.
Oh my word. I want
And
more.
that butteriness of the croissant comes through as well.
And those berries are perfect.
Yes.
That is really good. That would be a great one for Christmas morning.
And you just keep like getting little hints of that lemon in there as well.
Okay, so we had 3. We had the savory one, which was really good, which I think I'm going to make for our Christmas Eve brunch.
Yeah.
We had the French toast casserole,
Yep.
and now we had this one.
Stupendous.
All of them were great, and all for different reasons. The very different
Really
flavor profiles, each one of them.
Yes.
Gosh.
I mean, your first one was like kind of your breakfast casserole, you know.
Had the protein mixed in.
protein mixed in,
Yeah.
you know, the whole shebang. Yeah, I feel like this is more of a dessert.
It almost feels like a dessert. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely, it shouldn't be the only thing you have for breakfast, in my opinion. It's up to you.
But your idea of putting bacon in with this?
Well, I don't mean in. I mean
Not in
serving.
it?
No.
Really?
I mean serving it
We
with
ought
it.
to look, go big or go home. Let's just put the bacon in it. We bring it in. We bring it in. We put it in there.
Anyway,
Why
You could
not?
definitely sprinkle bacon, like crumble bacon over top. Now that would be good to add that
yeah.
savory. But I was just thinking about having a piece of bacon and getting a bite of that and getting a bite of bacon. I mean,
We can do it that way too.
okay.
We bring it in. We put it in there.
All right, y'all. I hope that your Christmas morning is delicious. Maybe you'll use one of these. Or if you have a tradition that you make on Christmas morning, let us know below. Don't forget to go check out Garden if you're interested in having a garden indoors all year round. And we appreciate y'all being here. Thank y'all. Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Bye.